I've been a Windows user my entire life, but lately the relationship has turned toxic. Between the mandatory background updates that completely hijack my network, the random system restarts while I'm in the middle of working, and the absolute mountain of bloatware forced onto my hard drive, Windows has stopped feeling like a personal operating system. It feels like a digital landlord, and I'm just renting space on my own hardware. I couldn't endure it anymore. I wanted a clean slate. I have always harbored this quiet curiosity about programming, open source software, and how computers actually function beneath the corporate polish. So I decided to do something drastically masochistic. I decided to switch Linux. To be honest, this is not my first time trying to escape Windows. Back in the day, I really tried to use Linux. I tried Linux Mint, Fedora, and even Nobara. But in the end, I always went back to Windows. Why? Because the anti-cheat for some of my favorite games is not supported on Linux. My Adobe software was not compatible at all, and I had too many gaming performance issues. I just wanted things to work. But recently, Windows has gotten even worse. With all the forced updates and bloatware, after watching way too many YouTube videos of people hyping up a new super fast system called CachyOS, I thought maybe I'm ready to try again. Everyone says it's amazing for gaming and editing and that it fixes those old problems. But I don't care about technical speed tests. I just want to know if a normal person can actually use it every day without losing their mind. To test this, I'm racing a real life timer. This is a V60 pour over coffee. From the second the hot water hits the beans, I have exactly 15 minutes before it gets completely cold and tastes terrible. My challenge today: start up CachyOS, make my desktop look good, install my apps, and set up my video editing and reading workflow before my coffee gets cold. If I fail, I'm going back to Windows. And the timer starts now. First impressions, it actually looks beautiful. KDE is one of the best and stable desktop environments in Linux. The basic setup was surprisingly easy. I updated the whole system using the CachyOS Hello app. It almost took a minute. It has normal buttons to click, meaning I didn't have to use the terminal just yet. With the system updated, I went straight into the settings to customize things. I found the animation speed slider and dragged it all the way to instant. I immediately regret it. Watching my Windows snap open instantly was actually pretty jarring. I quickly changed it back to normal. Next, the mouse settings. I turned off mouse acceleration because I want my arrow to go exactly where I move it. Then I turned on neutral scrolling for my touchpad. So far, everything is straightforward. This is really easy. With the basic settings on, it was time to make it look good. CachyOS uses KDE Plasma, which lets you change how almost everything looks. First, I tried the CachyOS Nord theme, which is already installed with the CachyOS. And then I found the Get New option. I try to apply a new theme and immediately an error message pops up. Oh, there it is. The true Linux experience. An error code that gives you zero helpful answers when you search for it. I spent a few minutes reading confusing forum posts before deciding to just move on for now. Instead, I went to the color tab and changed the system color to purple. Purple is looking nice. I suddenly had the idea of restarting the system. And surprisingly, the theme suddenly worked perfectly. I guess it just needed a restart. Since it was working, I quickly installed a theme called Sweet KDE. So it downloaded three themes: Sweet, Sweet Amber Blue, and Sweet Mars. After trying each one, I stick with the Sweet Amber Blue. After tinkering with options such as colors and window decorations,
I switched to the Cursors tab.
Added a mouse cursor pack called Oreo Purple.
I know, it's not the best cursor pack ever, but we're just trying right now. After hanging around a little longer, we come to the wallpaper option, which is the last stage of our personalization.
And change the wallpaper. My desktop now looks great, but I look over at my V60 coffee and the steam is gone. The coffee is cooling down. I just wasted precious minutes playing with colors. Now it is time to install the apps I actually use. First up, a web browser. I decided on Zen browser. To install it, I had to open the terminal and type that command sudo pacman su zen-browser-bin. I pressed enter and it downloaded and installed perfectly without a single error. To make sure it worked, I opened the Zen browser and saw that a website loaded and closed it. Perfect. Task 1 is done. Now for the real test, video editing. I used the CachyOS package manager to install the famous app alongside the Linux users, Kdenlive. After the installation done, I brought in some video clips for my YouTube video, this video. I dropped them onto the timeline and made a simple cut.
After struggling with the interface and the hotkeys, I finally found how to cut a clip and cut it. And also
try to delete the empty space. The ripple delete option for Adobe and the other softwares. But I clicked the button says that ripple, nothing happened. I clicked it again, still nothing. Apparently that feature wasn't going to work out of the box. I can feel my coffee getting colder by the second. I quickly searched the web again. After looking at some tutorials, I found a fix. I just had to change a keyboard shortcut for the extract clip tool. I set the shortcut, pressed the buttons and the clips snapped together perfectly. But in the first try, the default shortcut for the extract clip was shift and delete, but it wasn't working for me. But after I assigned another shortcut, it worked. To keep track of my progress, I opened a simple text app called Kwrite to make a checklist. The first one is the install the Zen browser, check. Second one is edit a video, kinda check. And the third one is gonna be open an ebook, unchecked. I went back to the web and searched for some ebook readers on Linux and I found the bookworm. It sounded good, but it wasn't easy to install that one. Firstly, I needed to install Yay, which is a URL helper. After that, I installed bookworm with Yay. I opened it, tried to load off my ebook, but it immediately stopped working. Instead of troubleshooting, I just deleted the bookworm, looked for another app, and downloaded Okular instead. It opened perfectly and loaded my ebook, and the text looked great. So, open an ebook, check. I'm almost done. My apps are ready. There's only one small detail left. Making sure all my laptop hotkeys are actually working. Volume, perfect. Pause and play, works great, and screen brightness? It's completely broken. I'm stuck at maximum brightness, burning my eyes, and pressing the keys does absolutely nothing. It is incredibly frustrating. This one single issue sent me on a painful 15-minute search through different Linux forums. I'm not even going to show you all the steps that I tried, because I went down a massive rabbit hole of failed attempts. I typed random commands, changed settings that did nothing, and restarted the system a few times, just hoping it would magically fix itself. It didn't, and I was getting really annoyed. Finally, I found a guide with the actual answer. I had to go deep into the system files and manually change some text inside the lemon boot file. I changed the text, saved the file, updated the system, and restarted the computer for one last time. I pressed the brightness down key and the screen actually went dark. I let out a huge breath. Item 4. Hotkeys. Check. The checklist is complete. I have a fast browser, a working video editor, and great reading app, and a purple themed desktop that does whatever I want. So, what is the CachyOS experience like? Honestly, it feels really good. Once you get past the small bugs and typing a few terminal commands, it gives you a level of speed and control that Windows just doesn't have. I actually did it. I escaped Windows. The operating system is a huge win. I reach over to my desk and pick up my V60 coffee mug and take a sip. Ooh. Because I spent 15 minutes trying to fix my screen brightness by editing a random system file, my coffee is completely freezing cold.